New project, guys. The wheels on this Traverse are showing some peeling and some wear. They're starting to look pretty terrible. They used to look like this. Pretty nice. I don't care if they're that shiny, but what I don't like is the looks of this. This looks pretty rough. This is a clear coat finish, and it's peeling off. And so I put this up on the lift. I'll pop the wheels off, and we'll clean these up and see if we can get them coated. The like here, if we can get onto it, but you can peel this stuff right off from here, and it looks terrible underneath. You know, the body on this car is not too bad a shape. It's nice and shiny, but the wheels, they're a little rough. So let me get these off, and we'll get out a couple tools and start sanding on them. Okay, I got one wheel off, and I started working on it. You see the instant difference? I tried using the little, I don't know what you call it, little die grinder kind of setup with these little flappy discs I got. That works. It works really well in the tight areas, but it's leaving like little swirl marks. So I thought, well, let me just try the little sander, and that seems to be doing a pretty good job. And it doesn't really leave any swirl marks. So let me show you an example. I think some people, they use like a paint stripper. The problem with that is it's a gooey mess. You got to have gloves, and you got to wash the wheel. It gets all wet. See this flaking off? I'm not going to worry about the inside of the wheel that much. I just want to do this surface and this surface that you see. And just to get it to look a little bit better. The car has, what did we say the other day? It had 150,000 miles almost on it. You know, it's not worth investing a lot of money to get the wheels done properly. But just to clean them up, that's what I want to do. Watch this. Now you see that was less than a minute. Instantly looks better. And I don't want to come across this edge too and hit that. And then I might use the other grinder. Some of this is brake dust, but some of it is peeling. So I want to get this urethane off from here and clean these up. And then I want to get some silver paint and put on this, and I might put another clear coat on that and see how that works out. So I'll probably put you on time lapse because it'll be real boring, but you can see right away what a difference it does. So I think these wheels are probably just polished and then you know, sprayed a clear, but I think I'm going to put a paint on it, so I have to get the poly off first. I got a mighty hunter coming. What do you get? Tiger's got a chipmunk. I don't know if you call him a good kitty or bad kitty. Is the chipmunk moving? I hope you eat him. Remember, you go to hunt a deer and you got to eat it. You don't get it just for the rack. I don't know. These guys like to play outside. Squirrel got a little bird and Tiger got a chipmunk. See, he's after another right now. Don't rack them up and like make your mark. Silly cats. Go take care of him. So let me get you on time lapse here. I'll get that wheel set up. Ideally, if I had the car outside, took the wheel off individual, went in and put them on the lift, I got a nice working height. But I'll set up a table or something where I can stand up. Now, I went around with that tool and I got them little pit marks. And right here is the last one. I don't know if you can see that, but listen to this. You get your finger caught on them. And so they're a little blister. And I want to get that off. And then I think I'll take just hand sandpaper and reach down in here and roughen all this up, because I don't want to leave a lot of swirl marks. See how nice that works? I can control my air pressure and speed. Not perfect, but if I'm going to paint this, I want it fairly smooth. You see the gloss on that? I want to roughen that up or take it off, one or the other. But I don't want to leave a lot of swirl marks. It's worse around this area of the valve stem because you're always in here with your tire chuck or something, you know. So I know there's guys on YouTube that, you know, do this a whole lot better than me, but I'm just looking for a quick, shiny, you know, a little bit nicer looking finish. See, there's like a rust pit mark. I don't know why it'd be rusty on aluminum, but I want to break through that. There's a nick there. Smooth that out. It's almost like this is primed and painted and this was clear coated. It's like two different surfaces, because as I'm sanding, I'm getting into, looks like primer. This will go a lot faster. I got it turned way down because I don't want to do too much burning. But I want to get all these nicks out. So you can see, like, I went through the clear and then into a primer. So I think this is going to work just fine. I definitely want a smooth surface on these edges, and that's where a lot of them little chips were, right along in here, because I know the paint won't stick. So I'll get that done and I'll do each wheel like that. I don't know now, I probably got, what time is it? I probably got almost a half an hour in this, so as long as I can stay under an hour a wheel, that won't be too bad for me. And then down inside here, this won't fit, so I'll have to get, I got another little brush I can put on the drill, and maybe I'll clean that down inside there, and then I'll just hand sand these, roughen them up, throw some primer on here and paint. Be good enough for me. So this one I got to get more aggressive on because it's a little bit, I think this is the worst one actually. I was going to say it's a little worse than the other one. I think this is the worst one. So I'm going to start off with the sander and see if that'll work. This takes the least amount of material off. And if it doesn't work, then we're going to step it up to that little polisher. This is pretty rough. slow going, but see the difference? It's real rough. It's pretty smooth. And this little tool works good down in the tight spots. I got the pressure turned down probably to 45 pounds, so I'm not burning up a lot of air and getting this cranking. But this will be hard to clean down in here. You see this peeling? Check this out. That's why it's got to be done again, you know, it's terrible. I'm going to do this on everything that needs to be, like down in here it's even bubbling, and so I'm going to get this in everywhere I can, and then the places I can't I'm going to scrape down inside here, and then I'm going to hand sand and get this thing ready for primer. So it's not going to be a perfect job, but it's going to be so much better. Well, that wasn't messy at all. I got about 5 grease guns, and none of them pump well, so I borrowed the grease out of that, spread it around with a brush. I've got, remember this is the worst wheel, I've got filler primer, high build formula. I'm going to spray it on them rough spots, and it should cover really well. Because ideally I want it nice and smooth, you know. And the rough edges were right around in here and along the side of the rim. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to touch it up, let her dry. I might give it a sand with like 400. And then when I like that, I'll go ahead and put either another coat. Oh, a little bug in that. That's not what we want. But this is sandable primer, you know. We're doing this outdoors. But this way, I'm not worried about the rim. I can just wash it off once it's dry. I've done that in the past. But see how nice this looks right away? This is the worst wheel. Not anymore. Pretty sharp. If I get a little fly in it or something, I'll sand them out. It's only the car, it's not the truck. Truck's my favorite. I think it looks halfway decent. And that's all I'm going to do on this. I'll let her dry, and then I'll show you in a little bit. Alright, I got out all the wheels out here. Dawson's home. Say hi. Hi. He's never seen this grease idea, but see, masking tape is a tedious job, trying to put it in a circle. And for 4 wheels and paper, I think it'd take an hour. I just brush it on, and then when we're done, we can wash it off. So that's what I plan on doing. You riding your bike? What I'm going to do is just finish priming all these wheels. to save money, I'm using what I had, guys. I had a case of this I had bought for some project. I had a few left. Machinery Gray Gloss Ultimate Coverage. I like the stuff. It goes on nice. And then I got clear coat satin. We're using this on this project. So here's how it turned out. They look pretty nice. Got 3 coats. Got 3 coats of clear. I think they turned out nice. What looks funny, obviously, is the sidewall with grease on it. But I'm going to install these on the vehicle and then wait a day or so and bring it out and give it a good wash and make sure that sets up really well. It says dry to touch in 10 minutes, so great day to get it all done. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.